Hello, coming at you from a different place today. I'm actually house sitting at my auntie's house. We're expecting a skip delivery, and as the house is empty and I'm just a mile's walk down the road, and I work from home, have a laptop, I'm the one who has to come and house sit waiting for this skip. Don't know when it's going to come. They can't give me a time. I could be at the start of the delivery schedule, I could be in the middle, I could be at the end. So I've just got to wait, sit and wait until this skip gets delivered. But at least it's quiet, there's no one home, and I can get on with some work. And then I remembered I did promise you to show you all the equipment I've used to make the DIY tobacco e-liquid, and that's 250 mils of the Peterson's Bulk and Delight. I have another jar of this as well because I made so much of this stuff, and as you can see, it's a really thick black liquid. That's what it looks like. Let's get it closer. That's what it looks like when it comes out of the final filter, or after it's finished the final filtering. So a really thick black liquid. It's really easy to do. You've seen the jars when the tobacco's been inside, and I filled it with the PG. All you have to do when it comes to filtering is just buy yourself one of these, just a coffee. This is a 4-cup coffee filter, and some coffee filter papers. This is step 1. Very easy to do. You just put the filter paper in the filter holder, put this on top of an empty jar, and then just pour the liquid with all the tobacco and everything into the filter, and just let it sit there. And it takes, depending on how much liquid you've got, you may have to do 2 batches of this, but if it fits in one, then it's about half an hour to filter through. All you do then is take this out, throw it away. I don't know if you can use the tobacco for compost or something like that, but I just threw it away. Put a new filter paper in. Take the filtered liquid, pour that in, obviously to a clean jar, and just let that filter through. The second filtering will be quicker. Maybe just 20 minutes, 15-20 minutes, because there's no tobacco in it. So in 45 minutes you've now gone through 2 of these, and you'll be left with something that looks quite like that, to be honest, but it's not finished yet. So that just takes 45 minutes, and we're already through half of the steps, because there's 4 steps to this. So step 1, filter with this, with all the tobacco in, get all the juice out. Step 2, just put all that filtered juice back into a clean one of these, and that's it. 45 minutes to an hour, doesn't take long. And that's where I slipped up, because when I started this, I'm thinking, wow, this is quick, amazing. I'll be finished by tea time. And this is when the fun starts. Well, it's not really fun when you're waiting, because what you've got to do then is get yourself some of these. These are laboratory grade filter papers, and I'll show you the box. I've got it here, although it's all beat up, but I don't know if you can see that. It's GE Healthcare, Life Sciences, Whatman, and this is grade 6 filter papers. You need grade 3 and grade 6. Grade 3 is 6 microns, and it's the one that you're going to use next. Now, they're not very big. And you look at the size of that, and then you look at the size of that. And don't forget, this has to be folded into a cone. It's a very, very small cone. The reason why is this is only 12.5 centimetres in diameter. And the reason for that is because for 100 of these, and that's the smallest pack size, it costs 15 quid. So that's £30 because you need grade 3 and you need grade 6. So it cost me about 30 quid plus delivery for the 2 packs. Ideally I wanted something bigger, like twice the size, because I was thinking of putting it into one of these. But my God, they are expensive. So like twice the size, you're looking at £30 for one, so that would have been 60 quid plus delivery. If I wanted even bigger, just to make sure it fits into a 4-cup filter, I was looking at nearly £100, and I weren't really prepared to spend that sort of money on filter papers. So I just got this. It's a 12.5 centimetre diameter filter paper, and all I did, because it's pretty pointless sticking this into here, all I did is I got a clean jar and I just put this on the top and just pressed it down, and it will just naturally make, it will just naturally make a cone shape. And I just creased it, so it's got one crease in, and I attached it with just a clothes hanger, clothes peg, just to keep that crease tight. And also I just anchored it onto the rim of the jar, and that's it. Now, because it's so small, that cone, you do have to do multiple batches, so you've just got to keep pouring and pouring, keep topping up the cone. And this is where the fun starts, because even though it's only a very small cone, you fill it up and you just wait, and just one cone could take 3-4 hours to filter through. And if you've got, like I had with the Balkan, I made like half a litre of the stuff. That's a lot of topping up, but that's all you've got to do. You've just got to keep coming back to it, keep topping it up, come back to it, keep topping it up. And it took, for the Balkan, I think it took about 3 days to filter all the way through. These filter papers, the pores are so small that they're smaller than a human hair. So it takes an awful long time to filter through. Your first filtration is with the grade 3, which is 6.5 microns. That can probably take you about a day. If you're using, say, like 500 mils, that'll take about a day to filter. When you get on to 2.5 microns, you're looking at 2 days. It's just a waiting game. That said, you don't have to wait until it's all filtered before you start vaping it, because as soon as you're on that last filtration, the 2.5 microns, as soon as you're, a decent size up the jar, then because this filters so slowly, you can just literally just lift it out. Nothing's going to drop, nothing's going to drip out, and just take a syringe and just syringe up 1.5 mils, put it into a 30 ml squeezy bottle, put that back, and just vape. Just vape what you've syringed out, and that's what I did. So for a 30 ml bottle, using a 5%, working on a 5% concentrate, I just syringed out 1.5 mils from that final filtering jar, put it into my squeezy bottle, topped it up, so I had a 50-50 blend PG/VG, and I just vaped that. So you don't have to wait before you start vaping, but it does take a long time for it all to filter through. In fact, someone on the DIY Tobacco eliquid Facebook group put up a diagram, because I actually asked, should it take so long? I thought I was doing something wrong or something wasn't working, and they just said, yeah. They just came back and just said, yeah, you just got to sit and wait and wait. So the diagram was basically, someone drew a circle like this, and they said, imagine that is the width or the diameter of a human hair. 1 micron is literally just a small black spot in that circle. So when you think it's 2.5 microns, microns, and that's the diameter of a human hair. The pores in this are really small, so it takes forever. I lost some liquid as well, because when you get right down to the bottom and there's just a little bit, maybe about 2 mils in the bottom of the filter, it just seems to slow even, it gets even slower to filter. So I was getting impatient. I was just whizzing them, to be honest. And I think I used about 3 of these filters for each filter, for each liquid. So I had the Virginia, I had the Cavendish, and I've got the Balkan. For each one of them I used about 3 of these, and that's the grade 3 as well. Because I did find after a while they seem to get sort of clogged up, and it just speeds things along if you just put a new filter paper, just replace it with a new filter paper. So I did lose liquid in the process, but who cares? I've got years and years and years of this to to vape. I'm not really bothered about losing 50 mils or something like that. So that's all it is. It's a very, very simple process. It's just a laborious, time consuming, boring process, really. Just wait. That's all you have to do. So just get yourself one of these, get some coffee papers, and that's step 1 and 2. Step 3, you use these laboratory grade, and I had to actually go to a professional laboratory suppliers for these. Laboratory grade 3 filter papers, and then laboratory grade 6 filter papers. Use the grade 3 first, that's 6 microns. Just sit and wait and let it all filter through, and then use the grade 6, which is the 2.5 microns, and then just leave it for a couple of days. Just keep coming back and keep filtering it. One of the things I did do is at night time I would fill it right up to the top of the cone, and then just let it filter overnight, and when I came back there was still a little bit left in the bottom, and that's when I started to get really impatient and just started throwing them away and replacing them. But that's it, that's all you do, that's all you need. 2 of these jars. This is a 250ml jar. You can use the 500ml, whatever, but you need 2 of them, obviously. One to filter into and one that's been filtered and poured in, you're pouring from. And that's it, that's all you do. Simple as that. Now, quick message for Mick down under. I'm going to send you 3 30ml bottles, the Virginia, the Cavendish, the Balkan. I'm going to get the bottles this afternoon if that skip comes before before 5 o'clock. But if not, I can pick them up over the weekend anyway. And I'll give you 3 30ml bottles, and I'll get in a jiffy bag, and I think I've got a large one of those clear plastic zip bags. I'll put them in that for safety as well. And I'll probably be posting them to you on Monday, so it shouldn't take too long to get to Australia, maybe 5-10 days. And I'm going to call them sort of flavour concentrates. I don't know whether to call them flavour concentrates or actually just be straight up and just say eliquid flavour concentrates, 0 nicotine. I don't know. I'm trying to save some money. I don't want it to get stopped at customs, and then you get a letter saying, "Oh yeah, you owe us sort of like $20 or something," for them to clear customs. So I'm trying to think of the easiest way possible for you. If you've got any tips, mate, just DM me or put a comment below. But I was thinking is just call them flavour concentrates, because that's not lying. That's exactly what there is. But I know customs in Australia are very strict about what you let in and stuff, and if they open it to see what type of flavour concentrates and they smell them and they say, oh, it's tobacco, I just don't know how that would affect customs. But I'm going to pack them up, I'm going to send them to you anyway, If you've got any ideas about the customs, what I should describe them as, you know, just let me know, and I'll do that for you. So you'll get three 30ml bottles, 30ml of each of the Virginia, the Cavendish, and the Balkan. So they'll be on the way Monday morning. So that's it. That's the equipment I used. That's how I did the filtering. As I said, it's a very easy process. It's just waiting. But you've waited 2 months whilst it's all seeped out into, all those flavours have seeped into the PG. An extra 3 days isn't really going to be a problem, is it? And as I said, once you're down to that last filtering, you know, just syringe some out and just vape that whilst you're waiting. Yeah, there you go. So that's it. I hope you're going to have a great weekend. I'm going to be off to Blackpool Air Show, where they have all these jet fighters flying over the beach, and they've got these acrobatic planes and planes from World War II and all sorts of different types of planes, biplanes, and it's meant to be a really good show. I've never been to one before, but they hold it every year. So we're taking our little lad to go and watch them because he loves planes and cars and trains and things like this. So it's going to be a good day and it's going to be fine. It's going to be about 20 degrees by the seaside. Couldn't be better. But I hope you have a great weekend as well, and I hope you give this a go and make some videos and tell us all about it. It's a really good process, and yeah, it's cost efficient because you end up with years and years worth of e-liquids. So thanks for watching, hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you again in the next video. Bye bye for now.